Namaste to all. In this short audio, we will understand a beautiful Veda mantra, Rigveda, first mandal, 52nd Sukta, 14th mantra. The mantra has been beautifully explained by Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati in one of his book. In fact, this mantra also is a proof that the present Vedanta, the Neo Vedanta or the present Advaitavad contradicts the Vedic philosophy. The present Vedanta says that everything is Almighty God. You are God, I am God. Everything what we see, what we don't see, everything is Almighty God. Whereas Veda says inside everything is Almighty God. Means God is separate and everything else is separate. But God pervades everywhere. That is what Veda says. The mantra is like this. Om na yasya dyava prithvi anuvayaccho na sindavo rajaso antamanashuhu no tasva vrishtim made asaya yudyata yeko anyachakrishe vishwamanushak. First, let's understand the word-to-word meaning of this mantra. Antam, the end. Yasya, of your. Anuvyacha, pervasiveness, O Lord, O Almighty God. Na dyava prithvi, neither the sun nor the earth. Na sindavaha, neither the sea nor rajasaha, the planets. Anushuhu, could reach. Na uta asya yeshaha, and nor even this cloud. Made yudhyata, fighting desperately with. Swavrishtam, its own sprays of watery vapors could reach. Ekaha, as such, O my Lord, you alone, Anushak, being all along pervasive in it. Chakrishe, create this Vishwam Anyat, whole universe. Anyat means is altogether separate from you. That means God is separate from this universe. God creates this universe. God pervades this universe, but God is altogether separate from this universe. So this mantra is also praising the Almighty God. This mantra is explaining to us an important quality of Almighty God. That God is not everything, God is inside everything. Due to lack of knowledge of Vedas, people have totally misinterpreted the concept of Vedas. And thereby we got the present Vedanta, the Neo Vedanta, which is totally anti-Vedic. Let's understand the Bhavat of this mantra. O Almighty God, you possess the supreme might. You are Indra, the master of all the power and possessions. God is the owner of this universe. God possesses every wealth of this universe. So we have to always be submissive and we have to submit our will to that Almighty God. No one can measure the pervasiveness of your being, unfathomable and limitless as you are. The sun and the other planets, the highest heavens, the earth and even the medium-sized planets and the smallest heavenly bodies cannot reach the extremities of your being. For you are not only immanent in all of them but also exist in the space midway between them. The waters accumulated in the atmosphere above and the whole world below too cannot reach the end of your being. Neither Vritra, that is the roaming clouds fighting desperately with the help of falling rain, nor the thundering lightning can reach near the extreme limits of your pervasiveness of your being. This is exactly called as a stuti, speaking the truth. God is defining who is God in the Veda mantra by himself. God gives this knowledge in the Veda mantra that who is that Almighty God. Further, Maharishi writes, O Supreme Spirit, who can then grasp the omnipresence of your being? Solely through your own might, without the help of any outside helper, you create the whole universe, distinct from your own self, being all along pervasive inside it. Then how can the worldly things grasp your entirety? Oh, you Lord are entirely distinct from the universe, never assuming its form. Nor you ever created from your own self. Here we have to understand God never creates this universe by converting himself to this universe. God creates this universe by Prakriti. Prakriti is the non-alive matter from which God creates this universe, and the minute power of Almighty God acts on this Prakriti, and this Prakriti gets transformed into this universe. When the universe is going to end during the Pralaya stage, the entire visible universe what we see, they again get converted back to Prakriti. So further, lastly, Maharshi writes, but on the contrary, you create, maintain and dissolve it in time only through the exercise of your own omnipotence. This is why we are assured of your support everywhere and at all times. So God always protects those people who are submissive to Almighty God. God always protects those people who praise Almighty God as praised by God Himself in the Vedas. Some people ask my Acharya that God is praising Himself, that means He is having ego. Ego is always connected with our mind, and mind is made of Prakriti. God does not have a mind of human. God's intelligence is beyond description, beyond imagination. God does not have the ego. God is praising Himself means God is speaking the true qualities of Himself in the Vedas. So we have to also praise that Almighty God and always go to the lotus feet of an Acharya to understand the Vedas. Without understanding the Vedas from an Acharya, we can never understand who is Almighty God. You can listen to this video. Today you might appreciate the quality of God. Tomorrow you will forget. Because the only reason is I am not an Acharya. However, if you listen Ved mantras from an Acharya, you will never forget it. You will get more inspiration to listen it again and again and again and implement the same in your life. So that is the power of Ved mantras. That is the power of Vedic Acharyas who has attained Samadhi. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.